Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm so excited to have you here. Today, we are going to be getting down to business. We're going to be sprinting. We're going to be getting some stuff done. I was telling my lovely co-host, Wallis, I have a full to-do list. So it's going to be a wild morning. Wallis, would you like to introduce yourself for those of you who may not have heard somehow who Wallis is?
Of course. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me this morning. I am Wallis or Wallis Kinney. Yeah, that's me. I don't know. I don't know.
USA Today best-selling author of The Dark and Secret Magic.
Of course, that is true. If you're like Lindsay and our books, we've always said we're like very much spiritual sisters. The Glass Switch and A Dark and Secret Magic. So yeah, Glass Switch, great for, middle grade. Actually, I think it's great for any age range. And A Dark and Secret Magic, very much adult though. Would not recommend for humans under a certain age of something. So
yes, this is true. Very good book. Highly recommend.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my love letter to October and Halloween. So if you're like, oh, I wish it wasn't May, I wish it was September, I've got a book for you.
Yes, she really does. So full to-do list for me today. It's my first day back after a little vacaciones.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm excited.
I don't know this. Where did you go?
I went on a cutesy bootsy little reading retreat. My in real life best friend's family orchestrated this. Yeah, it was all the women. Yeah, it's so cute. It was all the women in her family. They love to read thrillers.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, we have a cabin in the woods. It was in Tennessee. They're like, we have a cabin in the woods, and we're just going to pick a book, and we're all going to go up there for 4 days and just read it. And then, yeah, it was so cute. And her mom was so adorable. She made like trivia and gift boxes and like all of this stuff around the book. It was, yeah.
That's amazing. How many days was it?
It was 4 days.
4. Oh, how do you feel post? Like A, how much did you read? And B, what is your like vibe coming out of it? Do you feel restored, reinvigorated, all the re's?
Yeah. So we all read the same book. We read My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney, which is her new thriller. Okay. So we read the entirety of it while we were there. It was really fun. And yeah, so a lot of reading was done, which is great. I did a lot of reading in the hot tub, which was
Lindsay, hot tub Lindsay.
Oh, she came out full force. Yeah. So we had a good time with that, and then afterwards, I had such a good time, like that exploring bit of my Sagittarius side that likes to get out and discover and new things was really fun. Although I will say everyone in the group was an extrovert and I'm an introvert. So I came home feeling quite socially exhausted. However, there's still like that heartwarming sense of like I was surrounded by some of the most lovely people, on earth.
I love that.
Yes. So I haven't worked in almost like a week and a half because of that. I had the trip and then I was ill right before. So I've got just a massive admin to-do list today. But what are you working on, Wallis?
I am going to be working on my book, on my manuscript. I have, for anybody here who might not know, I've been dealing with a writing-related injury since last September. I had surgery for it in February, and my healing journey has been, very we've had ups and downs, and I'm luckily right now I'm in a really positive upswing. I am dealing with some discomfort today, but the main thing I'm working on right now is not letting pain be like in the driver's seat of things, and not necessarily to like ignore my pain, but recognize what pain is like more like habitual reaction to overprotectiveness of the arm versus what pain is actual signals of tissue damage occurring. So anyway, we don't need to go into all of the therapy elements of it, but I have been really the past month creatively invigorated, and I'm getting a lot of work done in my manuscript, and I'm even low-key kind of on deadline again, which is like kind of scary because I thought I would never ever go on deadline again because the last time I was on deadline, I pushed myself so hard that I injured myself. But my editor and I are very Chauncey, how's he doing? But anyway, my editor and I being super communicative, and basically we just have a soft understanding of like an August check-in, which is what I was projecting to be my like rational finish date anyway. So I'm working on a chapter that I've really been enjoying right now, and so that's what I will be working on. Is I'm converting a chapter right now from the female perspective to the male perspective, because in this new draft I'm changing the manuscript to dual POV, so which I've been very much like that has been the right choice for this story. So
I love a dual point of view, especially when it's two people falling in love.
yes, and it's two people in this story, so I can say this because it's like kind of the pitch, but this story is about a woman who is cursed to die at the age of 28, and she is currently 28 years old, and she returns to her hometown and after 10 years away, and since her absence, a man has moved to town who is actually an immortal being. He's kind of like an incubus where he the way that he prolongs his life is through like physical touch and affection and stuff like that. And so they have this, like, there's this whole element of they can't touch each other because her lifeline is already so short that to touch her would to take her time. But also they have totally opposite opinions about life and mortality and the value of like certain actions and things like that. So that's been really fun for me to explore, because I really feel like both of those differing opinions exist within me, and it's like this battle that I'm constantly waging within myself. And so having them like being able to separate out those two perspectives into two different characters has been a really fun exercise for me. So yeah.
Okay, that's so cool, Wallis. I love it. Honestly, in the dynamic of them not being able to touch each other, especially when you know they're gonna like slowly fall in love. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, as like someone who's pretty touch avoidant, I look back at all of my books that I like, my manuscripts that I've written, and it's really funny how there is always some barrier to touch. Like in the very first manuscript I ever wrote, the woman was a ghost, so they literally could not physically touch. And then in A Dark and Secret Magic, I talk about how my main character, she is very much not a self-insert, but her biggest quality that she and I share are the fact that she is uncomfortable with touch. And so it's like this whole, I've just been noticing themes within my own bibliography. I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess we write what we know.
yeah, our psychology comes out in our books all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that sounds so cool. And I'm so glad that your wrist is like, getting to the point where you can daily, be working and doing things. And like, that's
and I'm at a place where I have more pain-free days within a month than painful days, which is such a huge improvement. And I have physical therapy later today. So I've got like, even though I'm feeling uncomfortable this morning, I'm like, I know I have someone I can talk to about it and we can address it. So in general, the mood is uplifted.
Good. That's just so incredible. I'm so happy that everything worked for you with all of your stuff with your wrist and the procedures. Like, it was, it's such a, you just don't know. And then for it all to work out, it's like,
yeah. With the understanding that like, as you clearly know, healing is not linear and like perfectly linear at least. And, I could swing backwards again. And the main thing I'm trying to work on now is my mentality around it, because I really think I was letting that drive me so hard, of like the disappointment of, oh, today's a pain day. That means nothing's going to happen. And like, or I'm going to push through it and be mean to myself and not listen to my body, and like finding the balance between those two. So,
yeah, I'm definitely going to be talking about that in my wrap up for my coffee chat for April, because I had kind of like a little pain flare, like my first really big one in a while. And I got really cocky and I was like, I'm an able-bodied woman now. Like I can do anything. Like,
yeah,
I am just going to be writer extraordinaire. And then, I got put on my can.
Got humbled real fast.
Yeah, last week. So, so I'll be talking about that for sure. But
was that during your trip?
It was right before.
Oh, that's when you said you got sick right before. Gotcha.
Yeah. I had a little bit of a flare, but like the season change always gets me. I know I talk about this a lot with like my probably you guys in the comments. You guys
You can talk about it as much as you want. That's yeah.
No, like in the comments, like people, I'll talk all the time about like the season change and how like if we're chronically ill, it always gets worse.
Yeah.
During that time. So yeah, it decided to be spring in Ohio, and it definitely, like, my whole body was just inflamed. Like just body of inflammation.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we're done. We're over for that. We're moving on.
The flare has deflamed a bit at this point.
Flare has deflamed.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Been extinguished.
Good. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes. But yeah. So on my to-do list for today, I'm gonna hello everyone. I'm so sorry.
Well, this is the risk you ran when you sent me the link. When you sent a yapper a link, that's the risk you run, actually, unfortunately.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I will just talk about myself. So
I'm obsessed with you, so I'm like, welcome that wholeheartedly.
Oh my goodness. But I want to say hi to everyone here really quick before I, back to me. Fadina, so happy you're here. Oh my God, 2 wonderful, talented authors in one stream. Hell yeah. Good morning, ladies. Well, good morning. We're so happy to have you. I hope you're ready for a chatty time. Also work, because we do need work, but we will chat. That's for sure. Tessa is here. Hello. So is Kayron 13. Hello. Good morning, Allison. Good morning, Molly. Hello. So glad you're here too. Oh my gosh. Hi, Laura. Hello.
Actually, is this your Patreon, Spence, or is this, where are we streaming right now?
This is actually regular YouTube today.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So we're on the Lindsay Puckett YouTube channel.
Yeah. It's like a kind of make up for missing my Patreon one a little bit because I was out of town.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I was like, we'll just open it up to everybody this month and have a good time. Let's see. Oh, my daughter loves the glass witch. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
My daughter has great taste, Christina, or Christian. Oh wait, I can't read.
What is I can't either.
Christian Michael.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That's so sweet. Thank you for telling me. I'm so glad that they got something out of it and they enjoyed it. Oh my gosh.
Great book.
Incredible.
You should give your daughter the odds next. I listened to the audiobook last month and I was just shook by Lindsay's incredible literary talent. Like, unreal.
Oh my gosh. Should I, speaking of audiobooks, I just got some news yesterday. I'll share here. First come, first serve. Only you guys, me, my 30 best friends. I just got informed yesterday that Bitter Bones is getting an audiobook.
That is so exciting, Lindsay. Oh my gosh. And you're going to get to because it's a male narrator, right? So you'll get to do the auditions and everything like that. But because it's a younger kid, right?
He's like 13.
13?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did not know I was getting an audiobook because I just thought we hadn't discussed it. I had with the Glass Witch and the Odds, I had been given I had been asked hey, who do you want to potentially get to do your audiobook narration? Right. And so I hadn't got that. I just figured I wasn't going to get it, which whatever. And then I got an email yesterday. And the email was like, hey, we have 5 different samples of for you to listen to
right now. Just play them live. And we'll all vote.
That's so chaotic, first of all. Second of all, I almost did the same thing when I got my cover things. I was like, oh my God, I should put it up and people should vote. And then I was like, oh my God, no, if it's the one that I don't choose, then I would feel awful. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I have 5 male audiobook narrators to choose from. And then they're doing a woman one too for the web that I have.
Oh, you're getting multicast? Oh,
well, yeah.
Their envy that I'm experiencing right now. Oh my God. Congratulations, Lindsay. That is incredible.
I'm so excited. It was a great little surprise for yesterday. So
that is that is so exciting. I low-key prefer my audiobook to my actual book because I think my audiobook narrator is so phenomenal. And I will when it's September, I'll put on my audiobook because I'm putting on up decorations because I'm obsessed with myself. And so I'm I did write this. But Abigail Reno, Slays. I'm so excited to like find out which narrator you go with. I think that's gonna be exciting.
Me too. Sometime during these sprints, I've got to listen to them so I can figure out who I
I'm
want.
gonna be like watching your face to see your like reactions.
I'm excited. I recognize one of the guys, Kirby Hayborn. I think he was in the running. His name's been tossed around before.
Okay.
Some of my stuff, and if I remember correctly, I really like his stuff. So,
does Scholastic do in-house audiobook production?
That's a good question. I don't actually know.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I can find out.
I feel like unless you've been told, hey, your audio rights were sold to this production company, to me, maybe that indicates that they do have in-house production, because that's my publisher does not have in-house audio production, so they sold my rights to Dreamscape Media or something like that. So
okay, well then I don't think that's what's happening, because I've never been notified, so they must be doing it in-house or whatever.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations, Lizzie. That's so exciting.
Thank you. It made me so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I was kind of bummed I wasn't going to get an audiobook. I'm like, man, that's what I love to do. Every October, I'll put on the Glass Witch and just listen to it, you know?
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm glad that we both have this little like routine that we do.
It's okay. Every October, I'm like, I'm such a genius. Like, this is so good.
And you know what? That is the truth. That's me every time I'm listening to your work. I'm like, Lindsay's a genius.
No.
Take the compliment, Lindsay Puckett.
I am Southern. I will refuse. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. But yeah. Let's see who else is here. Let's see. Nina said, currently still on a call, but excited to join in a bit. Well, we're excited to have you whenever you can, join in. Stacy's here. Good morning, Stacy. So happy to have you. Dork is here. Hi, everyone. I wish I could join in with edits with my manuscript, but I'm at work. Let's see, 3:12 p.m. here in the UK, and I'm listening in and maybe feel inspired by osmosis when I finish. Well, great. That's exactly why we're here. So whenever you can, do what you can. Hello. Oh, congrats, everybody. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited. It's, yeah, super, super pumped. It's getting closer, so now I'm getting more excited for people to read it. It feels real.
Because it's September 8th?
1st.
September 1st. Oh, right. Okay, gotcha. That's right. Yeah. That's really
exciting. Congratulations. Perfect time to come into the stream. I've never seen you live before, so this made me morning. Oh, well, that makes me so happy. Yeah. I go live once a month with the Patreon members, but I couldn't do it. I was on vacation this month, so I was like, you know what? Let's just open it up to everyone. This time seems to work better for some people anyway. So yeah, I'm so excited to do some sprints with you guys today. But yeah, perfect time to come in.
Yeah.
So, but what was I gonna say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know before we started talking, you were like talking about what your to-do list is for the day, but I don't know if that's actually what you were gonna say.
I do need to. We're a bit all over the place this morning.
And that's the way it should be.
Honestly. What I was going to say was I got news that my final copies, like my author copies, are coming in July. So that's exciting.
That is exciting.
And this time, I don't know what the deal is, but for those of you that have been following me for a little bit, my first 2 books were hardcover, and Bitter Bones is going straight to paperback this time. Well, because I don't know if it's because, but in my mind, it's because Bitter Bones is in paperback. We're actually printing it in the US. So we're like getting them through a lot quicker.
Nice.
Like the book, it's almost May and we have not gone to printing yet. So
wow, yeah.
Which is just because to me, I'm like, oh, code red, that's bad. But printing in the US and with paperback, it goes faster. So
that's so exciting. And then when is like fair season? Is it all year round? I feel like will they be ready for like the book fairs is basically what I'm asking.
Yeah, they will be. They do fairs all year round, but the big seasons, the big booking seasons are August, October, and then March, April. Those are the big ones.
Gotcha. Oh, that's exciting.
So yeah. So excited.
I'm gonna get like an unboxing blog. or like an Instagram reel.
Of course, we'll get something. Being obsessed with your own writing is such a vibe, honestly. It's a little embarrassing, but you know, you gotta be your biggest fan.
It's so true. And you got to kill the part of you that cringes. That's like, I'm really, really trying to dive into that mantra of like, no, just be proud. Be proud of the accomplishments.
Yeah. Yeah, like I reread The Odds this month. I re-listened to it. I was like, I needed this. Yeah.
Yeah, she is an author, in fact.
Oh man. It's been a long time since you have been live for everyone. I miss them. Yeah, it has been. I guess a couple years ago I did the big summer extravaganza where I did a bunch of lives. But yeah, I kind of miss it. It's fun. It's fun hanging out with all of you guys. But loving this behind the scenes of professional author. Yes, where we're all just obsessed with ourselves secretly. Will Bitter Bones be available in print outside of the US? I honestly do not think it's going to be available in the UK. Canada, yes. I know that you can get them through retailers that will sell the American copies, like Blackstone. Does that ring a bell? Blackstone.
Waterstone is like a big bookseller in the UK, I think. Blackstone, I think, is like a big like investment conglomerate.
Maybe that's not it. Here it is. Blackwell's Books.
Oh, Blackwell's. Okay.
Yeah, they do. They will get international copies. That's the only way to really get them. I only sold US rights. I did not have international, like UK rights. And we found that out with the Glass Witch and the Odds, which is why it's been so hard for people in the UK to grab those too. But yeah, it's like you have to grab your physical copy through some international place that does international sales. So, Oh, did I lose myself? There we go. Okay.
I was like, is it me, Jesus? I have no idea. I could be on the batter tonight. I was like, should we plan a dual witchy woo author UK book tour where we just come and we're like, for anybody who hasn't been able to get a copy, we have copies. And mainly it's just an excuse for you and me to travel around England together.
I would love that. I would love that. Have a huge tote of books with us.
Exactly. You know, not sure that the finances would balance out, but
you just write it off.
It's a write-off. It's a write-off.
It'll be fine. I'm back. Had an absolutely chaotic morning. Started to get some writing done. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully, I mean, it's chaotic here too, but hopefully a better kind of chaotic. I don't know. But we'll get some writing done here soon. I'll investigate. Thanks. I picked up The Glass Witch when I was in New York last year. So I was on a book hunting trip and every bookstore. Oh, yeah. I remember you actually telling me about that. I'm so glad you were able to find it. But yeah, it's rough. I mean, I wish I could do something, but I am at the will of the machine, you know what I mean? So
that's fair.
But, yeah. If you really want one, we'll always find a way to get you one no matter what. Yeah. All right, well, should we?
Let's do it. I'll step away from my computer for just a scooch because I want to load up a thing of laundry, but I am going to be working, I promise.
Totally fine. Let me get up a.
Wait, you didn't say what's first on your to-do list? What's the first thing you're going to do?
Oh my gosh. Well, first things I should do is probably do some like email answering. I need to tell my editor I did receive the audiobook email. Like, thank you for that. I'm going to look those over. I let her know, like, receipt has been accomplished. I have another email for a school visit that I need to get on, and then a couple other small things as well. But I have so much, guys. I have to do my I have a keynote speech that I am giving in mid-May, so I have to like write that. I've got to start reviewing what I already have for that.
Incredible.
At some point, I'm supposed to put up a Publishing Trends video that's been in the works for like ever. It's the winter version, and I still haven't got it.
Excited.
So I'm gonna work on that at some point. And like, when am I gonna write this month? Who knows? I have revisions sitting from my agent for my YA book, and I have a whole adult fantasy to draft, but who knows? We're a busy bee this month.
Yeah, it's the, as Katie Chandler says, it's the pyramid is top heavy. It's like a little unbalanced. Yeah.
Yes. All right, let me see.
I know. I've been like dying laughing because, and you, me, and our, I don't know how many people here, 30 closest friends, don't tell anybody, but my car's plates, like my car's registration has been expired for several months. It's on my to-do list, but I'm just like, I have so much other stuff I have to get done that it just always gets pushed off. And I literally drove across the country in April, like twice. I went from Colorado to Texas and back. And I was like white knuckling it past cop cars because I was like, oh my God, I could be in so much trouble.
Oh my gosh. You are so lucky, Wallis. You were so lucky. What would have happened if you were like in Oklahoma and you got your car towed?
It would not have been good. Yeah, it would not have been good. I know. It's the top heavy pyramid of it all. I'm just like, oh my God. I just can't. Anyway.
Oh man. All right, let me get this up here.
Nobody report me, please.
All right, let's see.
How long of a sprint are we doing? Like, what's your typical?
How do we feel about 40, everyone? Is that
love it. No, that is like so solid. Totally solid.
I love a 40-minute. So this, no, that's the wrong one. Yeah, that way I can really get a good chunk of everything figured out.
Yes. Phenomenal. All right. See you.
Good. All right, everybody. Happy sprinting. See you in 40. All right, guys, how did we do? How did we do?
I did well. I loaded up laundry as I said I needed to do, and then I just kept working. I did a lot of rereading. This is, I would say, one of the flaws in my writing process. Not to just really dive into like self-critique mode, but when I start working for the day, I have to read the chapter I'm currently working on from the beginning because I really struggle to just like jump right back into the headspace of the characters. And so a chunk of that sprint was taken up by the reread. But, the benefit is that I'm like, this chapter's kind of good. Which is, my mental headspace right now. Ask me again in a month and I'm like, like it blows chunks, right? So we'll see. But I think I have maybe less than one page. I'm really going to try and be very efficient and use up one more page for this chapter, give myself about that much more room to effectively communicate, get some stakes set. And, but it's going to be a puzzle piece. I have my old draft, my manuscript, and I'm going through it and I'm looking to see what things got established in the original version of this chapter and what the consequences would be of taking some things out or putting something new in. So even though there's like one page left, it could be my entire workday is finagling and finalizing this one page because I got to be very skillful with about the next 350 words of what we get onto paper. So I'm very pleased with how that spread went. How about you? How'd you do?
Good. Yeah, I'm also speaking on that. I'm the same way. I have to reread that chapter because I want to remember like exactly what headspace my character is in.
Exactly.
If I just dive right in and I don't remember that maybe someone important died the chapter before and my character's in a really bad mood.
Yeah.
And then I go in and I write her just like neutrally. Like that's going to bother me so much when I could have just reread and then like kept the tone the same. So
exactly. Okay, good. I feel a little less like inefficient now knowing that that's how you also operate.
No, I think it's really good. It just like sets you back in the like same mindset of your character and gets the voice flowing and
exactly.
I think that's really good. So good for you. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. It went well for me. I sent of the 2 emails I needed to send, I sent one off. One was talking about I have an event coming up next month and I wanted to see if I could get arcs of Bitter Bones to give out to like, people who buy the Glass Witch and the Odds. I was like, oh, maybe they could get like a free gift. So I contacted Scholastic and I was seeing if I could get arcs or whatever. And I was informed we just weren't doing physical arcs this time, which was fine. I mean, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know who it was I was speaking to. It's one of the publicists. She was talking about how they're just kind of stepping back away from physical arcs unless it's like a top book. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and they're going to be doing like digital arcs. And she's like, I can send digital arcs, but I'm like, these are 14-year-olds. They're not going to log into Edelweiss and like do all this stuff. So I think what we decided to do was that I am going to do like a raffle. So for every book of mine you buy at the event, you get one raffle ticket into like a ball and I'm going to spin it. And then the winners will get final copies when they arrive. And I'll just
that's such a great system.
So I think that's what
people love a competition, like a raffle and stuff like that. Yeah.
And it kind of gamifies it, which I think will be fun for the kids and also is a way for me to like make it fun, give something back, while incentivizing people to buy my books.
Exactly.
So yeah, we were discussing that. So I got that squared away. And then the rest of the sprint, the last like 25% of that sprint, I was listening to some of the audiobook submissions. Now, I saved Clay's voice, my main character. I saved that one. So I'm going to do that in the next sprint. But I listened to the female narrator, which I was assuming they're just doing for the excerpts. I'm going to clarify with my editor that that's what they're doing is just those. Because they had her reading like my little cold open. I have like a paragraph cold open in Bitter Bones. They had her read that, and then they read one of the excerpts.
Okay.
So, and funny enough, guess who one of the auditions is?
Is it my audiobook narrator? No! Is it Abigail Reno? Are you serious? No way. You have to pick her. I'm so sorry, but it's not optional.
Okay, so how I found out was I was listening to them one by one, and I was like, oh, I like this person, I like this person, I like this person. And then I was like, I wonder if I go to like Audible and just like see their backlist of everything they worked on, like what it is. So I put in the first girly, Abigail, and I was just like scrolling through, and I saw Dark and Secret Magic, and I was like, scroll back up. And I was like,
God, Lindsay, she is such an, I'm not, you pick who you want, you pick who's right for you, but she is such a professional. And not that this will probably be a problem with Scholastic, but one of the reasons I am so loyal to her is because unfortunately the first edition of A Dark and Secret Magic just like didn't, I don't know what happened with like copy edits and proofreading, but basically there were a lot of smaller errors in that first edition, and she fixed them, almost every single thing in her audiobook narration. Like she understood what was meant to be said there and fixed it. So my audiobook has almost no errors, whereas the first edition of the book, you know, I call it, it's like an extra special edition. You get the get the kind of wonky edition of A Dark and Secret Magic. But yeah, I love her. Oh my God, I love it. I want to like reach out to my publisher because I know that they don't do in-house production, but I want to be like, is there any way that like, if you sell my rights again, we have like list her as like a preferenced like VA or anything like that. Anyway, I love her so much.
Definitely do that. Yeah, her audition was great. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, probably, like top 2. Like,
oh, slay. Well, you know, I'm not going to try and pressure, but also give her a job, support her. I'm on her close friends on Instagram. I feel so special. I know.
Listen, making friends with your audiobook narrator is like the cool, because they're like actual famous people, right?
Literally,
they're actually actors.
Literally, I feel so like exclusive and cool.
Listen, my audiobook narrator I love all my audiobook narrators.
Right.
They're all great. But the one specifically for the odds is like so sweet. First of all, she has chronic migraines, so she gets it. She's a girly who gets it. She literally like messaged me on Instagram after she like, I don't know if it was after the book came out or after she got the job or something like that. But she's like, I'm so glad you picked me because this actually like is a book of my heart. Like I needed this. Like this healed me. Getting to work on this every day healed me. And I was like,
oh my God.
Yeah. But on top of that, she's like really famous and she has done a bunch of cartoons and a bunch of like video games, and she responds to my stories.
She's like fangirling. Yes, I love it.
One time I posted something about loving D&D and she's like, oh my God, I love D&D. If you guys ever need a DM, hit me up. And I was like, you would be amazing. Oh my God.
Hello, excuse me. Let's get this going. Wait, hold on, Lindsay. You need to maximize your author contacts here, babe. Like, hold on.
She's so cool. And I'm like, oh my God, you're like real famous. And you're like my friend.
Yeah. Lindsay, you're like real famous too, though.
Not like I have Hollywood movie contracts, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference in like having a YouTube channel and so cool.
That is awesome. Well, I'm excited either way with who you pick, but you should pick Abigail.
Yeah. No, she's really great. She does a great job. And like reading the excerpts, it's not like
It's like that's like it's not the bulk of the narration that's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
I think she do a fabulous job.
Yeah. I'm excited to listen to the boys. So I'm gonna do that next. But
I can't wait to hear your thoughts in private chat.
Well, that, and then like I want to know what sections they chose to give them as auditions. You know, that's always so interesting to me. Like, why do they choose random parts of the book?
Yeah.
For those of you who have never gone through this process in the audience, it's like they don't just, maybe sometimes they do, but they don't just start at like page 1 and give your audiobook narrator the first chapter to read. It's like they just like specific selections almost.
Right.
least
Yeah.
that's been my experience.
Yes, and you're right. Like you are sitting there thinking, like, what did the publisher think was like, this is what's gonna best present to the author who's choosing the capabilities of the voice actor, you know? I've had that thought as well. Because when I was first listening to my auditions, they had a segment where it was my main character, Kate, just doing a lot of internality, which is a lot of what I write. It's just girly pops be thinking about stuff. But but I really also I actually asked for follow-up for two of the actresses because I really wanted to know how they were going to interpret Matthew's voice, the love interest, because I think that is such a deflator when you have a great VA for the female voice, but then she kind of doesn't interpret the man the way that you want, or the love interest. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man, but like, you know, it's just the voice of the love interest is in fact quite important. And so then when I asked that, I was really intrigued by what scene they were going to pick. And then I was like thrilled by the scene that they picked for the voice actresses to follow up, by doing banter between my main two characters. And I was like, oh yeah, it was great.
They knew what they were doing by choosing that. That's
yes.
good. Yep. That's so good. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like with the odds when they did the audiobook for that, the selections they chose was between Begonia, my main character. So I got to hear the voice that they would have for a little girl.
Yeah.
Mr. Schmoob, who's like my English banker who talks like this.
Yes.
And then Miss Pingleton, who's like, oh my gosh, like like that. And then David, who's her caretaker, who's just like kind of like sad. And
did they do any sampling of the that one nurse that she like is her mortal enemy?
Oh, it's that scene, but I don't know if she was actually in that scene. I can't remember.
Gotcha.
But she does a good job. The girl
yes,
I got.
Such a good job. Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Oh God. So good.
So fun. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they pick. But yeah, the excerpt they chose is like an excerpt that's halfway through the book. So I'm like, that's interesting that they chose.
That is interesting. Can I ask, like, are these like letters that Clay's mother has written, or like why?
No. These are okay. So Clay's mom is a doll maker, and she makes these really hard to get dolls that have like dark web quality. Like people try to find them and buy them on the dark web, basically. And what you're getting, the excerpts are kind of their excerpts are like their doll profiles on dark webs. So like what the doll is, what it looks like, what their story is, because it's like American Doll. You got a doll and you got a book that comes with it. So it'll have the synopsis of the book, what the doll looks like, and then there are comments below of people who either have the dolls or hate the dolls or have, you know, lore about the dolls, and that's what they're reading.
I'm so obsessed.
Yeah. It was fun.
I cannot wait. September 1st on the calendar.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so that was my sprint. I mean,
that's a big one.
Yeah. So let me see what everyone else did. We have a lot of people join. I'm so excited you all are here. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let me scroll back up to the top. See how you guys did. Let's see. Lois is here. Hi. Thanks for joining us. We have another late to join, but here, well, we're so happy you're never late. You pop in and pop out whenever you want. We're just happy to have you. Let's see. We have nothing hits like the center soundtrack while you're writing. Oh my gosh. I'm sure that would be.
I believe that.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Esther. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Joining late, but happy to write with you. Yay. Well, we're happy you're here. How long will the sprinting be? I am not sure. We'll just kind of vibe. Go ahead.
I don't need to leave for like 2.5 hours. So like I said, my big goal is to finish this chapter today, but if by some miracle I do manage to do that on the next sprint, which I don't think I will, like I'm so down to dive into the chapter after. Like I don't have my stopping point is temporal, not structural. Does that make sense? Yeah.
For sure. You say as long as you want to. I don't really know how long the sprints are going to go today, but Yeah. Edited 99% of a chapter and then realized I need to rewrite the entire last page. So doing that now, oh, Molly, that's rough. That's
It's a
rough.
good thing to realize. It's a good thing to realize.
I mean, and you're getting it done, one less thing to do in revision, I guess. So hang in there. 2 pages of my morning page is done, plus diversions of watching the show Couples Therapy.
Oh,
Interesting. Hi, I'm actually doing my day job today and can't write, but wanted to stop in and say hi. Well, hello. Thank you so much for stopping in and saying hi. Oh, and Molly, you have a fan. 105 words written. That's incredible, honestly. That's so good. And then got to do some research on nights before jumping back into the old day job. Are there nights in your book? I'm assuming. That's really fun. Same. I'm working on the first 2 chapters of my new story and need to reread each chapter before I get going. Got that done, and now I'm starting to tweak the chapters. Yeah.
I'm glad that seems to actually be a common practice now. This is why it's good to be in an author community, because so many things that you think you're like, oh, I'm terrible for doing this. Everybody's like, I do that too, though. So it's good.
Wow, such a professional to make the call to fix it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Late to the party, but excited to be here. Well, we're excited you're here, Natalie. Lindsay, you got to commission one of those Blythe doll artists to create one. Honestly, what?
I said that'd be so spooky.
It would. Oh my gosh. Well, the dolls are technically like Asian ball jointed dolls, like BJDs, and I have a bunch of those, but I should get one that's like themed or something. I don't know. Oh, that's something to think about for sure. Oh, that would be so fun. If like even just for my own collection, like have a Bitter Bones shelf with all of the like different dolls from Brian would never go in our bedroom ever again.
Like, good for you, girl, but keep those away from me. Thank you.
He would want to sleep on the couch for like all eternity. Oh my God. This all sounds so fun. And not gonna lie, listening to the audiobook snippets from different narrators is something I hope I can one day also experience. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Put it out there in the universe.
Absolutely. It was like not even a thing I knew I was going to get to do. I did not think the author had any say in it. So that was such a delight the first time it happened for me. I was with family and I thought that they were first of all, I was delighted they were sending me auditions. And I thought they were sending me portfolio work from the narrator's like previous works. And so I pressed play. And as soon as I was like, oh, they're reading my book, I slammed my computer and tossed it like across the room. And I was sitting with my cousin and she was like, what the hell was that? Yeah.
It's such a strange, happy feeling to hear your words like professionally vocalized.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. I hope for you too, Nina, that this is something you get to experience. It's so surreal and amazing.
For sure. It really is. It's wonderful. I just arrived home from work. Well, we're happy to have you. Glad you're off. Get you a nice little beverage and a snack and let's hang out. Let's see. Yep, the love interest is a retired knight, so I needed info for background purposes. Ooh, that's very fun. I love that. A retired knight. I'm not even sure if you've got romance, but I'm like, who? He's retired and he's a knight. Oh gosh. Once I got a porcelain doll for Christmas as a child and hid it in my closet, and one day it vanished because my dad found it and put it out because he thought I didn't mean to put it there. Like, wait, hold on.
So it like disappeared from the hiding spot and then reappeared someplace else. So her dad found it. That's how I'm interpreting this, and then just put it someplace. And so her next comment saying to say I was terrified would be an understatement is literally so funny because she was like, the doll moved on its own.
That's terrifying. You guys all remember Furbies, right? Okay, so I had one of the spin-off. Yeah, I have one of the spin-offs of Furbies called the Shelby. And it was like a Furby, but it hides under its shell. And then when it talks to you, it's like shell comes up and its eyes peek out.
This like totally tracks for you though. But like
it really does. It really does. And I had it since I was a kid. And then when I got older, I just like shoved it in a box in my closet. And my whole childhood through my teenage years until I moved out when I was 18, This thing randomly, with years of never touching this box,
Oh my God.
randomly, it would just go, ba-da, ba-da. Where it would go, like out of nowhere. And it would terrify me. And its name, I forget what I named it. I think I named it like Mr. Krabs or something. And it'd be like 3 a.m. and Mr. Krabs would just be like, brrr. And I'd be like, go back to bed, Mr. Krabs. Like, not right now. I'm having a teenage crisis. I don't have time for your haunting.
I have a legitimate theory that things like that are caused by cosmic rays. Because like when I used to be on telescope, because I studied astronomy in college, and we would do lots of observation on telescopes. And every so often you would get a data image that was just completely blown out. And it was because a cosmic ray hit the scope. And it can, when that happens, it can really mess with electronics. And cosmic rays are like falling around us all the time. It's just about whether or not they actually interact or not. They don't always interact, even if they're falling with us. But this is completely, even though it sounds like I'm being very scientific, it's completely non-scientifically founded. It's literally just a hunch that maybe like a cosmic ray hits a battery or hits something within the electronic panel of the thing and makes it go off like that. And that's what I tell myself to sleep at night when stuff's like things start acting weird around me, because I can't get into the spooky element or else I won't sleep. So yeah.
No, that's so interesting though, because I would be like, the batteries have been in there for 15 years. Like they've got to be cooked at this point. So I'm like, there should be no juice. What is making this thing go off? It's yeah. I also have yeah, and I think that happens too, because to this day I have one of those. I have another weird little animatronic toy. One of those like little what are the hamsters? Zuzu pets? Do you remember those?
No, I don't.
Okay, we were too old for those. I got this as an adult because I was like, this is a fun toy. I want this. It's just
awesome
like
facts for you, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a cute little hamster, and when you press its nose, it makes little hamster noises. But the thing that made it so fun for me was the toy company actually made like cages for your toy hamster and like little spinny balls. And since they move, you can put them in a regular hamster spinny ball and they'll like go around your house like a real hamster. And I was like, oh my God, I want one. Yeah. So I got that in like 2012. And to this day, every now and then, he just goes off and he's in my closet, just like freaking Mr. Krabs. So I think it's the cosmic rays.
Like, or you have a ghost that really likes to interact with your gremlin creature, like tchotchkes, you know? That's either one.
I found the exact Furby I have to show you that I have. It's like this orange Shelby.
I'm terrified.
This is it.
Oh my God.
That's Mr. Krabs. And the thing is, when he turns on, his shell is always down. Like, all you can see is his mouth. And then when he turns on, he's like, woo, woo, woo.
Oh my goodness. We lived in such a fever dream. Like, what? Oh my God.
Also, $215 is wild.
Girl, sell it. Like you're probably sitting on a pretty penny with your collectibles. Like,
oh my God, can you imagine? Then I can sell it for more because it's haunted.
But like truly confirmed haunted, confirmed like certificate of hauntification.
Hauntification. Incredible. Oh my gosh. We need that to be in a book, Lindsay. It's pretty close in Bitter Bones. We have some
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, there's like let's see. Yeah, there's the creepiest doll in Bitter Bones that everyone's even afraid to talk about, kind of has the vibe of the Furby talking with no one like it should be able to. So there's a vibe in there. Furbies and Labubus, same, close. But I mean, honestly, it tracks though. It's like a pipeline.
Yeah, like nothing you have said has actually been surprising to me, having known you for like the time that I have. I'm like, this all correct. This all feels correct for your lore completely. And I say that with affection. Truly.
Oh, I know. I know. Yeah, this is just who I am at this point. So,
and it's one of the many things that makes you so beautiful as a human.
Honestly, though, like the people that get it, or just even if they don't get it, but they get that I like it, is so fun. Like I don't go a week probably without at least one person a subscriber, a friend, a family member, someone sending me some cutesy, creepy creature with like teeth or something. Like,
Wait, like actually sending you one, not just like a link to one, like
oh, like
sending.
no, like an Instagram link or something. Like,
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my god, like inundated.
my whole house is just teeth to animals. I mean, honestly, but no, it's usually like little Instagram reels. Like, I saw this and thought of you, or I saw this artist and you need to check them out. So, which I
It's like
love.
how lovely to be on people's minds, you know?
Like, and you see something terrifying and you're like, I know a gal.
Yeah. Believe it or not, someone's gonna eat this up. And her name is Lindsay Bucket.
Exactly. Yep. I remember being on a family road trip once, and hours into the drive, we just heard my Furby say, "I'm bored." Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. That's incredible.
I kind of wish that the old school Furbies would come back, like the ones with like real. I
Yeah.
don't know. The new ones just don't hit the same. They
They
tried to make them
don't?
too cutesy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they tried to like make them too cutesy, and I'm like, no, they were better when they were more like animalistic and scary. I guess. I don't know.
Little gremlins.
Yeah,
Truly.
yeah, really. This curse even for a Furby. Yeah. Yeah. Who wants to curse their life for $250?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Bitterbone spin off with Furbies. Don't tempt me, Natalie. My parents had a Furby in their bedroom with a bunch of mine and my sister's toys, and it kept going off. One day they even took the batteries out and it still did it. That's when we tossed it. There's a part of me that wants to believe, and I don't know if I'm just rewriting history to make it more salacious, but I'm like, part of me believes Mr. Krabs didn't have batteries in him anymore. You know what I mean? But he probably did. But I'm just in my mind, I'm like, he didn't have batteries.
Tell the story in the way that makes it the most salacious. Yes.
Honestly. So next time I tell the story of Mr. Krabs doesn't have batteries, you guys will know.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting for that Furby to show up in a box on our doorstep with a good horror movie. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Terrifying. I remember being on a family road trip once and hours of the drive. Oh, sorry, that was jumped up. But yeah, imagining Lindsay with a secret room with creepy dolls with creepy teeth. Honestly, it's called my bedroom.
I was gonna say that's the thing. It wouldn't even be secret. Like you would feel no need to hide it. Like you're just like, this is who I am. In fact, come and see my children.
Yeah, sometimes we'll have like family over, and I know my little nieces will come over. And I have a bookshelf right over here, and I used to keep my entire Fugler collection on the first like 3 shelves. Since we've moved in here, I've kind of decorated, so now I'm down to 1 Fugler on the shelf. But they would just be like weird Aunt Lindsay with her teeth dolls right above the dining room table. Like,
as it should be. Like, what a great legacy, truly. Like, to be the weird aunt who's a writer of like creep. Like, come on,
I do love it.
Right?
I do love it. It's very fun knowing I'm the weird, like the weirdo aunt. Yeah. I do love the legacy. I'm not gonna lie. And now that they're moved, they come over and they're just like, "Where are the dolls with the teeth?" And I'm like, "They're in the closet waiting for you."
Yes. Traumatize the children.
Oh my gosh. I saw Fugler when I was in the UK and immediately thought of you. Yes, Fuglers are my first love. I love them very much. There's a Furby baby Yoda. That sounds cute.
That sounds cute.
My Furby told my brother to shut up. Do they speak English? Is that like a thing? I remember.
I mean, apparently if one was saying I'm bored. The one that my terrifying Furby story is I was at a friend's house and her Furby was like making noises all night for a sleepover. And so we took the batteries out and the last thing it said was, "I'm hungry." And then it died. And I was terrified because I had seen her take the batteries out. And so I never wanted one. And no. Cosmic ray. I'm just gonna.
Cosmic rays.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic rays. I love that. Furbies are notorious for that. I remember hearing a bunch of stories in the 90s, early 2000s of people whose Furbies wouldn't shut up even without the batteries. I love that. See, that's like the air. That's like the air that I want Bitter Bones to have, is like they got this like lore about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I mean, dolls with creepy teeth over the dining table make sense. Give them your scrap offerings.
I mean, that's actually not a bad point. There's like a history of putting strange figurines and art around dining room tables as a way of like whetting the appetite. Like so many like house tours of like historical homes I've been on, they have like the most grotesque paintings of like hunts and stuff like that in the dining room because it was meant to be like appetizing. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. You'd be following a time-honored tradition of being slightly weird in your dining decor. So,
I love that.
um,
Honestly, that's got me thinking. I'm like, okay, next time I have the nieces over, I want to do like a dumb supper and like put a plate in front of the fugglers.
yes, yes. Wallissimo approved.
Oh, it'll be
Amazing.
so funny. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we have to honor the house spirits. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I love that. Certified weird aunt. Yes, my niece and nephew are always weirded out by all of our apartment, especially because their house is very Catholic.
It's amazing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I had an original Furby, and you could teach it phrases like a parrot. It was constantly wait, hold on. He was constantly telling it to shut up, and one day it repeated it back. His name was Coco, teal with white. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
what a time!
I did not know that they would learn phrases. That's so scary.
I
Amazing.
would have. Oh my gosh, if I was like a teenager instead of like a 6-year-old in like the late '90s when these were coming out,
Mhm.
I would have. I would have been such a next level
Well,
weird. Yeah, I think Esther, this is in regards to the dumb supper because I love that idea.
yeah, you should.
Mm, all right. Well, that was so fun. I
I
deeply enjoyed all of this. But we should probably get a little bit more work done. I need to
agreed.
listen to my audiobook samples. Okay,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna hear Clay come to life for the first time. I'm so excited. So, okay, let me
Good
get
luck.
my timer back up. Let's see if we can figure it out. Wallace, are you on? Are you still doing the same? Working on the end of the chapter, or whatever.
Yes, that is my like I've got blinders on. I'm like waiting for an email and it's like I'm nervous about it. And so I'm like, you can't check your email until this chapter is done.
Oh
Kind of
yeah.
one of those things. So it's gonna be good. It's a really pretty timer. Good luck.
All right, you guys. See you in 40. Good luck, everyone. Oh my gosh. I'm having the hardest time. They're all so good.
Are they? Oh my, well, what an embarrassment of riches though. Like, thank goodness that like it's good options.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And like, they're like, I have, okay, I had a favorite going into it. Kirby Hayborn is an audiobook narrator I really like that's done things that I love, like middle grade boy voices that I've loved.
Yeah.
And, um, and so I went into it like, okay, I'm gonna listen to his last because I want to give everyone else a fair shot.
Yeah.
And so I just listened to his and I really liked his. Like they're all good, but his, first of all, he got my like I have a Mexican character and he's the only one that called it Elisa and not Alyssa. And which,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, no, that's important. The two people that I narrowed it down to, I mean, for various reasons, like just the way that they embodied the character, but also they were the only two people in the auditions who pronounced my main character's name Hecate rather than Hecate. And that was like, that was important for me that I was like, oh, these are witchy girlies. They know they're going to be able to pronounce a lot of the stuff. So that's a good and important thing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was thinking too. I was like, they probably don't have context for like who she is. They just got like a chunk of text they're supposed to read. And they're like, oh, Alyssa. But it was fun that he just like automatically was like, Elisa, you know what I mean? So I loved that. And then the other thing that he did that none of the other ones did was I have this scene where we have a 6-year-old character and she's talking as she's wiggling her tooth, and he made it sound like her mouth was full. He was like, and I was like, that's so fun.
I kind of think like, I mean, you can acknowledge that the other people were good, but like it kind of seems like he killed it. So
okay, but he did, but there were some things that other people also really did that I liked. Like there's one dude who was like acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just like, yelling at your little sister for being in your room, like, get out of my room. It was like, get out of my room. Like it was like acting. Some of them were acting. And there's one guy I really like. He does a lot of YA boy narrations. And he just sounds, his voice is so perfect a lot of the times for these books because he just sounds so defeated and sad. And it's such hilarious. I'll have to send you examples of like, I'll give you 2 of the books that they've both done and you tell me which feels, I mean, which vibe you like. Because one's like sad boy and the other one's just like, I don't know.
Well, what's your main character? What do you think?
He's sad boy.
So that's an important consideration for sure.
It is. That's the thing is they all have different things. Like I love sad boy. I love acting boy. Acting.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad that we both. Okay, when you had said that he was an actor earlier, I was like, I'm gonna do that joke, and I was like, no, Wallis, it's too niche, but it's also not because I know you're an office girly. So.
Yep. Acting. So yeah, I love sad boy. I love acting boy.
Yes.
I love lispy wiggly tooth man. Like I just have a lot.
Those are all good choices.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so hard. But anyway, how did you do?
I did okay. I mean, I did really well, but also I'm like dying laughing at myself. I wrote almost 2 pages, but I'm still in the same chapter and I'm not done yet. I really think I wrote like, let me look at it. Yeah, I wrote like 1 3/4 of a page, and I think I've maybe got half a page more. It ended up being more dialogue heavy than I was expecting, which then, that makes a page go by quicker because you're not using up as much space. But I do think I'm going to just like try and get it done, get all the pieces on the board, and then maybe for the rest of the day after my physical therapy, go through, reread, and start like, I mean, I know we're still in the drafting stage, so I shouldn't be this precious about things, but I am a yapper, as we know. And so it is important, I think, and it is good practice for me after I'm done with the chapter to then kind of consider the chapter. And, like this is not 0 draft level. I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional with the choices I make and just confirm that everything I have in here is actually necessary for this chapter, or potentially consider chonking it and putting it someplace else. So, because right now the chapter is sitting at 15 pages, which is like fine, but I have, I've been known to throw out a solid 30-page chapter before, so I just need to be careful. And we're still early enough that like I don't want my chapters to be so long that they're killing the momentum, So, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Sorry, I had a bit of an interruption. Someone came home for lunch. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm tired, but I'm doing all right.
Well, get some rest. I'll take care of your wife while you're resting.
Oh, you're cool.
Ladies,
I'm watching you.
Ladies, don't fight over me.
I'm gonna go back to work.
All right, bye. Be careful.
He's going to work?
No, he just came home for lunch real quick.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so sorry, you were talking about your expanding with your little dialogue, like making it into the chapters a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm gonna, once I'm done writing it, I'm gonna go back and reread and like finalize some decisions that I made. But I think I'm so close to the end at this point. Like I really think we're a couple paragraphs out. And so I just want to get it done so that way I have a picture of what I'm looking at, and then I can make fixes.
Yeah, that's so important. You've got to have something to make better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's always how it works out. So, and you're not like super precious about only adding one page, right? Are you like open to?
It's one of those things. I'm like, okay, but I mean, I try to never be super precious about anything, but I'm sure my definition of super precious is different than other people's definition of super precious. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, Devesha's in the comments.
Welcome, Devesha. Hi.
I'm just trying to be cognizant. I think what I said is like, we're early enough within the story that I'm trying to be careful about chapter length because I don't want to accidentally kill the momentum. And I do think that sometimes having too big of a chapter too early on can kill the momentum. And that was like, and also sometimes it's not even about chapter length. It's just about chapter flow. That was something that Katie Ann and I discussed when I had her read my first chapter a month ago, and she loved it, but she was like, there's this, like the first chapter opens up on a car wreck and a character coming to somebody's rescue to help her get out of this car accident that happened. And they have like this tete-a-tete and, kind of assess the damage. And then they get into a car and they chat a bit before they drive home. And then the chapter ends. I'm making it sound really thrilling. I promise it's actually kind of interesting. But Katie Ann was like, yeah, I just think you should cut the conversation of them in the car. But I was like, oh, but that's a really critical conversation actually. And so we're talking it through, and the reality of what she was saying wasn't that she thought that conversation wasn't important. It was that she felt like having all this like action happening, and then they get into the car where things feel calmer, and then having yet another important conversation, just the flow felt strange. And so what I did is I shifted and moved that conversation into the action-y part of the chapter. So that way them getting into the car and like driving towards this special house, this like, it's called Juniper House, the house where they're going. That becomes an internal moment for our character. And she has like some meditation she does before the chapter ends, but there's not a ton of dialogue. And I think that the flow of the chapter works a lot better without having sacrificed the actual like build up and set dressing and exposition that needed to happen. So yeah.
No, that makes sense. I'm the same way with my chapters too. I'm like, it's your introduction, it's your reader's introduction to the entire book. Exactly. So if it doesn't snag them, if it doesn't keep them turning pages, like they're already gone,
Yeah.
If your chapter doesn't hit. So I get like really wanting to make that something special and like tight.
Yeah. And I'm trying, like, that was such a good like revelation kind of conversation for me with her, where initially I was like kind of taken aback at the idea of like, she was like, oh, you shouldn't have this conversation here. Cause I was like, can you not see how important that conversation is? But like through our, just cause we trust each other as CPs and stuff like that, we were able to identify that what like she was actually saying, which wasn't that conversation wasn't important. It was just poorly placed. And so that's what I'm trying to take into this chapter. Once I'm done writing it, I'm going to like look at that flow and see if I've made that same, misstep, and if I could rearrange things so that way there's just better flow and organization to the chapter. Because right now I'm on page 50. So it's like the reader is getting into the book, but we're still early days-ish. And so I just want to make sure I'm still being cognizant of like reader experience and that they might not fully be so enraptured yet that I can get away with like a 25-page chapter, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Remind me too, this is technically like your second draft rewrite. Is that what this is? Or is this?
So I mean, you know, it's, this is first round of edits with my publisher. So I did like extensive rewriting on my own. Like the beginning, the first act has been rewritten to death. The last act, not so much. But this is the first round of rewrites where my publisher has been involved. And in a way, it is still giving first draft vibes because I'm doing dual POV and this is a male POV chapter. And so even though I have the structure of the chapter understood of like what needed to happen, these words are almost completely fresh because it's from his perspective this time around. So
Okay.
That's me. That's why I'm like a little like, what is this even? I don't know what this is. So
the more you get in the weeds, the more nebulous the actual draft 1, draft 2, draft 3 become because it's
exactly.
Yeah. So I get that. For sure. Let's see how everybody else did. Let's see. Molly finished rewriting the conversation and now is almost done editing the next 2 chapters. One-handed because the kid hates when I sit at my desk. Oh my gosh, that's a true accomplishment. Like, not only are you doing this, you are also momming at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Very impressive.
Mm-hmm. How is it that once you get into the groove, everyone needs something? Still working on the first 2 chapters. Maybe I'll get them done at sometime this millennia. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's rough. But you know what? It seems like you and Molly might be in the same boat here. So hang in there. We're all here for you. And everything
got 1,974 years. So you've got 974 years. So I have faith in you and for the millennia.
The emo teen voice. Yes. Yeah. The sad emo boys. I don't know. I love how Wallis reassures her. Yes, she does. My next husband will be Wallis.
You know, hey Siri, play Father Figure by Taylor Swift. Like, you know, I pay that check before it kisses the mahogany. I'll take care of everybody. I protect the family. What?
You got my Siri.
Oh, did I get your Siri? Oh.
You got her.
I'll take my claim over the women in my life. You know, make sure they're treated right.
Oh my gosh. Hi Bailey. How are you doing? So good to hear from you. Hope your projects are going well. Let's see. Princess says, currently stuck in my first draft. The pacing is starting to feel off as I realized my outline was too broad and I'm adding so many extra scenes that things feel so slow and diverged from the outline. Oh, do you have any advice for dealing with this? Wallis, are you a big diverge from your outline person?
That's a great question. My outlining process has not, like, I haven't gotten one where I'm like, ooh, this is definitively the Wellissimo formula. Mm-hmm. You know, I know the problem that you're experiencing because I wrote for this sophomore novel that I'm working on, I wrote a pitch to my publisher. And if I consider what I'm writing now versus that pitch, it's actually surface level, like deeply, deeply similar. And yet the first draft compared to this draft is going to be so wildly different with new characters and like things being deleted and everything like that. And I almost feel like you just have to give yourself permission. I don't know, maybe that's bad advice. Like as I get later into my career, I'm like, no, you solidify the outline and you stick with it. Don't get distracted. But I have a vibe that I'm going for. And then like first draft, I just kind of go and I see what happens. And not like that I'm writing by the seat of my pants. I do try and stick with a general flow, but I don't know. I don't think I have great advice for this yet. Ask me again in about 15 years.
Yeah.
Set a reminder and I'll get back to you. You have a lot more manuscripts under your belt than I do. And I feel like you're so tight with it too. Like you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm starting my edits. And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, okay, cool. I finished those. And now I'm starting drafting. And then 3 months later, you're like, okay, I finished that draft. I'm like, girl, how are we doing this?
Yeah, but the thing is though, that works really well for me.
Mhm.
And the thing is like a lot of like everyone's so different.
Mhm.
That, you know, my advice and my what I do might not work. Because my thing is, if I personally, if this was me and I decide, if I was writing, I don't know how far into your draft you are, Princess, but if I was into my draft and I was like, oh, things are really feeling off, first of all, I would make sure that it was like a big enough, not just like a daily, like, oh, I feel bad about myself. I feel bad about my writing today. I think everything's off. I got to make sure it's not that mindset. But if it's
Yeah.
something persistent, like over weeks and weeks, I'm feeling like, oh no,
Mhm.
there's something really bad here that needs to be diagnosed or else.
Yeah.
I think I personally would take a step back, reread over my outline and reread over what I had written to really find and solidify that there is a problem big enough that I need to stop at this moment and fix it.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, my advice would be just finish it out.
Mhm.
Especially if it's your first book and you've never finished a book before, I think it's important to finish what you have out and then fix from there. But if that's not a problem for you, you know you can finish drafts, and you know you're pretty good at diagnosing your own problems in your work, which can be
Mhm.
hard. That's why having other readers is also really helpful. But yeah, if it were me, I would stop. I would go back to my outline and I would figure out where the problems were and fix the outline.
Mhm.
That won't work for everyone, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to tell someone to do that. Um, Given just how different everyone's process is, and you know it's rough. I almost want to say generally just finish it anyway, even if you know it's not great. Finish it anyway, and then when you go to revise, read over the
Yeah.
outline, read over the manuscript, and
I've
go from there.
also, in the past, sometimes I like, and Princess, I don't know if this is the kind of specific situation that you're dealing with, but like if it feels so overwhelming, the idea of restarting, I have literally, and I did it in the one of the very, very early drafts of this book, I've literally left myself a comment in the manuscript and I was like, okay, starting from here, I'm operating under the assumption that actually in the beginning XYZ happened. And now I'm going to write the rest of the book that way because I like, if I already know that that's a change I'm going to make, I don't want to like, it can be very intimidating to feel like you're going to try and just finish out the draft and then fix that later. Like you can't just be like, okay, without having written that bit, I'm going to go forward assuming that I did. And so you'll end up with an incredibly disjointed draft that you should not show anybody. But I have found that has been very helpful because it kind of gives you permission to just keep going, like Lindsay is saying. So
I like that because it's kind of a mix of the two. It's like you did go back and you did see that there was a problem,
yeah,
but you're not fixing it. You're just straight from here on. We're going to act like it is fixed and
yes,
write as it is.
yeah.
I think that that's
That's
really good.
that was a big one in my first draft. I was like, and not my first draft, but like my whatever draft I sent to my editor that I got notes back on. I left her a comment at some point and I was like, okay, I fully understand that the way these two characters are talking to each other with like such devotion and adoration at this point has not been earned, but this is the point in the book in which I want to have earned it. So I'm going to move forward with this as their dynamic and then in future drafts build up and make sure that I actually hit it. But I don't want to write a draft where they're just kind of like lukewarm on each other the whole time because I wasn't able to build it up. Like I know what I'm trying to build to, so I'm going to write that the final product and then build up to it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that is helpful for you, Princess, but
Yeah. Let us know what you think because I actually think that's pretty good, pretty solid advice.
Yeah.
That I don't think will be detrimental either way, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're still going to finish your draft and you're still going to eventually revise it. So,
Yeah.
sounds good to me. Rebecca said, I'm working through my agent's edit letter and I'm feeling scared that it's not going to be good enough. Listen, this is such a common experience. Like, we're all there with you for sure. It usually is. They usually really love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Molly said, kind of at the point where I'm fed up and have to stop using my kid as an excuse to not write. We're just going to make it work.
You got this one.
Yeah. Got it. I know that's rough. I just am all of you parent writers out there. I think it's incredible that you're able to get anything done. So, the Clog vlog, which I love your name, by the way. That's amazing. Morning pages 10. Got to start on my virtual assistant work. Good for you. Heck yeah, you're making great progress. Working on the second draft of my book, which is honestly draft 1.5 because I had to redraft like 70% of it. Just started Act 3 today. Wish me luck. Well, good luck,
Good
Kat.
luck.
Yes,
You're getting there. You'll get it done.
for sure. That's incredible. Esther said, I may sneak in some words on one of my projects when I need a break from numbers and spreadsheets.
Yeah. It's a good way of resetting. It's like a palate cleanser because you're using such different muscles.
I was just about to say that. It's like a different part of your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Spent some time trying to come up with a name for the Mediterranean fantasy city my main character lives in. Names are hard. This is true.
You know, usually what I do is I'm very into like if I'm thinking about the people who founded the place, why they picked where they picked, right? So probably it's going to be near some form of water. So maybe it's like, oh, this is a large river. So what is like a cool word for large and different word for river, and you can like put them together. Or if there's like a specific type of plant that grows there, like I don't know. I just I know that's so silly, but that's often what I'm doing when I'm naming fantasy places for Dungeons and Dragons, which is not the same thing as like a fantasy novel, but yeah.
No, that makes total sense. I was just thinking as you were talking about that, like me and Brian were coming up with his D&D character that we're going to be playing with next month. And he's like, I want him to be like from New Orleans, so it's got to have like French inspired. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. And he's like, he's a big gambler. And I was like, okay, let's look up French words for like gambling and luck and things
Yeah.
like that. So we came up with a really fun name. And I think that's what you got to do is you got to kind of like look at your surroundings, figure out what's important, like in the geography even of the place, because most places are named like after the geography in some way.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
so yeah, maybe that'll help. I don't know. Definitely finishing a book definitely finishing a book brings important lessons. Yes.
That is so true.
Mhm. Hi, I'm a children's book author, illustrator working on sketches for a book dummy early draft. Love hanging out. Oh, that's so cool.
Always
I'm
so
always
in awe of people who like can do both. The illustrations are always so incredible.
also I love the term book dummy. Like how fun.
That's so cute.
Yes. Princess says, thank you both. It's very intimidating, and I'm in between leaning into this new direction versus sticking with my outline since I'm kind of stuck on what is the best route, if that makes sense. No, I understand. It is a scary, big decision either way. So I think you'll just have to go with your gut on what feels best. Maybe take a couple days to think it over. Like you don't have to choose, obviously, right now, but just like listen to your intuition and go with what feels best. So, yeah. Thank you. That's a relief. It's terrifying, but I'm sure it will work out okay. Yeah, about your agent reading your stuff. Yeah, I mean, they love you and they love your writing. So no matter what, they're going to enjoy what you're giving them. But I do feel like it's normal to feel very like self-conscious and scared and all of these emotions. So
very normal.
Oh, and Esther had a good point too, Princess. Remember what you write down is not final. You can and will always be able to revise and rewrite. Yeah. So true. All right. Well, another 40, anyone?
Let's do it. I think the next one will probably be my last one, and I will wish you all adieu. But please cross your fingers that I actually get the chapter. At least like I write to the end of this chapter, not necessarily that I get the chapter done, but I at least like get to a close out for the chapter.
I feel like you will. I feel like this is it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm feeling good about it.
Thanks.
All right, let me get out the thingy. Let's do another 40. I have some very needy dogs sitting under me that are just like, take me to the bathroom. So I got to get them sorted out. I'm going to disappear just for a second after I get this started, but then I will be back.
Good luck, everyone.
Yes, good luck. Happy writing. All right, we did it, y'all. We
You
did it.
did
Though. We've done it. Also, perfect timing. Timer went off right as I made my final decisions.
So excited. I'm assuming you can't share publicly, but I can't wait to hear.
Part of me wants to, but then I feel like maybe that's a little unprofessional. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I think I would err on the side of like until the people have been informed to not. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I don't mean to tease everybody, but I did get, if you're just joining, I did get examples or samples of audiobook narrators for Bitter Bones.
Yeah.
I got a one for Clay, my main character, and then one for the little excerpts. It sounds like we're doing more of a feminine voice for that situation. So I just spent the last 3 spreads trying to figure out which of the auditions is my favorite, and I finally got it narrowed down. It was so hard with the guys. I was literally trying to figure out how to take my favorites and speed them up to 2 times speed, which is what I normally listen to in audiobooks.
Yeah.
And I was trying so hard to figure it out. I can't do it in iMovie because it messes with the
pitch.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go with Sad Boy. I'm gonna go with Sad Boy one.
Okay.
I'm really excited.
Sad Boy.
Sad Boy is also the one who was acting.
I love it. That's exciting. That's very exciting. I can't wait. It's going to be a great audiobook.
I think so too. I'm very excited. So I feel accomplished.
Yay, you should.
What about you? Did you get your page done?
I finished the chapter. I am so pleased. It's at 17 or more like 16 and a half pages. So I definitely that's actually, I was aiming for less than 15. So I think that there are some zhuzhings I can do, but I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go and do my physical therapy, probably take myself out for lunch because PT can always be just like a little bit anxiety inducing. And so it's nice to go and just have a good decompression moment later. I'm currently reading Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher. And so I'm going to take that with me and read that while I'm out to lunch. And then later this afternoon, when I get home, I will read through the chapter again. Can I just say, for anybody who this applies to, the second sprint we did was a really tough sprint for me. I was kind of moving pretty slowly, and I was writing, but I just wasn't vibing. I felt like things weren't clicking. And then the first half of this last sprint, it was the same thing. I was listening to the same song on repeat. I switched songs and suddenly things started flowing. So just, as another little maybe trick, try it out. If you're like me, where sometimes you get in a writing loop and you just keep playing that same song because you feel like it represents the scene, you're playing it over and over again. Maybe just switch up the music, switch up the input that your brain is taking in to help maybe redirect some of that creative expression. But anyway, later today, I'm going to reread, listen to my playlist as I'm rereading, and just see how it all is fitting. But I really do think I was able to mention everything I wanted to mention and, and maintain momentum. So, but we'll see. And then at some point I'll send it to Katie and get her thoughts on it as well, because she's really holding my hand through this edit. So.
Well, awesome. I'm so glad you finished your chapter. Yay.
Thank you for having me. Cause I wrote almost 1,000 words, which my arm is definitely feeling it, but I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah. Take a break for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Paladin's Grace. Paladin's, what is it? The first one?
Paladin's Grace is the one I'm reading. Yeah.
Okay. Paladin's Grace. Thank you. I get the titles mixed up. I just reread Paladin's Strength, the second one, a week ago, because I was just really wanting some yearning and a little bit of spice, but a lot of yearning. So I just reread that one because I think that one might be my favorite. I don't know.
That's honestly why I'm reading Paladin's Grace, because so many people, I think Kate Kavanaugh also told me that the Paladin's Strength was her favorite as well, and she thinks it's the one I'm going to like the best too. So I'm reading Paladin's Grace in order to get to Paladin's Strength.
But Paladin's Grace is good too.
Well, yeah. And then they just announced that Team Kingfisher is writing for the Baldur's Gate 3, what's the word for the IP? Right? Thank you. And is writing an Astarion story, which my main male character of this book that I'm currently working on is heavily, heavily influenced by Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So I'm so excited for that book.
First of all, I never knew that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, Yeah.
How
He's
fun.
like, he's not as smarmy as Astarion is because but he has a lot, there's like a whole touch as a commodity and like the relationship that my main male character has with intimacy because of his function, right? As an incubus, it's like he has this weird messed up relationship with it, and because then he's spending time with this woman that, you know, just by her personal circumstances he really can't touch her. There's, you know, we get a different side of his experience of intimacy and what that can mean like outside of physical intimacy. So
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Look at you doing like literary things,
no.
having things to say and saying them.
No, I mean it's I'm that meme from The Office from Kelly. It's like, oh, that's an excellent point, Kelly. And she's like, what did I say? And then it cuts to her. She's like, I talk a lot, so I'm going to just pull myself out. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
Truly me.
All right, let's see how everybody else did real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tessa was clarifying about there was a prophecy about an island of suns where they arrive, and it's just a bunch of orange trees. Yeah, so hopefully you can find something that relates to orange trees or the sun for your name. I think that would be a really good one. Thanks for the company during my writing time, heading off to do chores. Hopefully your chores go well if you're still here. If not, we were so happy to have you. How to tip? I have to step away for a second. The man-child needs something. If you're not back, I'm so close to finishing chapter 1. Oh, I hope you got there. I hope you got there. The boy fell asleep on me, so I spent the sprint social media planning. Nice. This must be about the audiobook stuff. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm so excited to share it with you. It'll be great. Joined in the last minute and was finishing my edits for the edit letter. Happy to be here. Yay, well, we're happy to have you. And for your edit letter, it was so exciting. Heck yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is going to be it for us for the day. We're a little over the 3-hour mark. So,
yeah. Well, this was a super solid work session. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Thank you for coming, Wallis, and just hanging out with me and making it fun. So, and thank all of you guys for watching and hanging out and getting some work done. I'm so happy to be able to have these on the main channel too every now and then and just hang out with you guys. So, all right. Well, I'm going to call it here. In editing, I will go through. Wallis, would you like me to add your Instagram or your YouTube or anything down below?
Sure. Thank you.
I will do that. I will edit it. So if you want to find Wallis or her books, you can find those down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone. See you.